So today we're going to be talking about the pedal on the piano. And on the piano, you'll notice that there are 3 pedals. Sometimes some pianos are going to have only 2 pedals. And if you have just a digital keyboard, you might only have 1 pedal. If you have 1 pedal, that's the pedal we're talking about today. Real quick, I'm going to go over the other 2 pedals. The left one sort of makes everything a little bit more quiet. And it also sort of dampens the sound. It makes it a darker sound instead of a brighter sound. So it's not as bright of a sound with the left pedal, all right? And then the middle pedal is different from piano to piano. On some pianos, the middle pedal, you can lock it into place and it does the same thing as it makes it quieter, right? But on a lot of pianos, it's going to sustain the bottom notes and not the top notes. Now let's talk about what I mean by sustain, because that's the name of the pedal we're talking about today. It's called the sustain pedal. The sustain pedal, when I push down on it and then I press a note, it just goes on magically. Look, ma, no hands, right? So this is half of the life of a piano. A friend of mine had a keyboard he wanted me to sell for him, but the pedal wouldn't work on it. He said, does that need to work? I said, yeah. Yeah, it does. So here's the deal. If you're playing staccato stuff, you don't need the pedal. But let's change that to like a ballad. Same chords. So now, what happened in slow motion is that I was pressing down on a chord, and then there's this split second in between where I change chords. And between that time, I have to pick my fingers up off of the chord and come to this next chord. So there's this like split second where I have to do that. Now, without the pedal, this is what it sounds like. And there's something that's lost in that. It's called the sustain underneath. So when I'm pressing the pedal down, first of all, I can pick my hand up in between each chord, but more importantly, I can change chords. And now, when I'm going to the next chord, you become coordinated enough that when you change chords, you pick up off of the sustain pedal at the exact same time that you're changing chords, and it creates this sustained fluid effect. The other thing the pedal does is it activates this thing called harmonics. So if I press the pedal down and I play a note way up here, there's an echo among the rest of the piano. That echo happened because I pressed the note and it caused the string to vibrate, and then the vibrations carried over, and those vibrations activated the other strings because I had the pedal down. If I don't have the pedal down, not much of an echo. That's called harmonics. So that's the thing that the pedal activates. So let's talk about what you want to do in order to just start with the pedal. The first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go back and forth between 2 chords. We're going to do a C chord and an F chord. I'm going to let you choose whether you could do C chord here, and then you could go to F chord in the root position, or like we've been talking about inversions, you can do the C chord here to the inversion. Whichever one that you have to think less about is the one that you want to do. Okay, because you have to put your mind on your foot for a while you're learning it, okay? So we're gonna pick 2 chords. I'm gonna choose C and F. You might choose C and F. You might do C and just go up 1, up to you. And you could just use one hand. So we're gonna press the pedal down. I want you to play this 4 times in rhythm, nice and slow. right? And then when we come up here to this next chord, at the same time that you're pressing down on this chord, your pedal has to come up and go right back down. That was really fast. I'm going to show you again. Pedal up. Pedal up. It's also called repedaling, pedaling again. And even though I said up, I meant up and then right back down immediately. Okay, because while you're using the pedal's down and then it comes up and goes right back down. Now, what happens when I have some of my younger students, a lot of times they have shorter legs, they tend to like bring their whole foot onto the pedal and then bring their leg up and then back down on the pedal, you know, so that their foot is hovering off of the ground. That's not the way to do it, because then you have all these muscles engaged and it's a lot more work for your leg. So you're going to keep your heel on the ground and just use the toes of your foot. Just like if you're driving a car, you're just using your toes. And you're going to tap your foot up and down on the pedal. Up and down, right? So let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready and bam. 2, 3. Ready and pedal. 2, 3. Ready and pedal. 2, 3. This is going to take a while. So don't get frustrated. Or get frustrated, but then forgive yourself. Okay? It's going to take a while to get used to that. Now let me show you what it sounds like if you're pedaling too early. It sounds like this. There's a break in between the chords. This is what happens if you pedal too late, or if you don't engage the pedal very much. You can hear these notes and these notes clashing, so you can hear them all at the same time. It's not as harsh of a sound. And it's really noticeable if you try to do it with like a, for instance, a C and then C sharp. Now you can hear all those notes clashing with each other. That's what happens when you leave the pedal down. Okay, so you now know what you need to do in terms of exercising with the pedal. That's something that you need to do like every day for a week. Just do that back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, until it sounds seamless and smooth. And sooner than you think, maybe within a month or so, it's going to become second nature to you, and you're not going to have to think about it anymore.